Hey, it's Mike with TechBB.com, and I wanted to do a show today for the brand new paintball player, the people that have never played before, people that are interested in getting into paintball, and I wanted to kind of create a video just for you. And I want, for folks that are thinking about getting into paintball, first off, I wanted to say thank you, okay? Paintball is an awesome sport. It's an absolute blast to play. It's one of the only sports that I've seen where I've actually watched a grandmother play against her granddaughter. Okay, it's a sport for all ages, from 6, 7, 8 years old all the way up to 70, 80, 90 years old. Okay, I mean, if you can fog a mirror, you can play paintball and you're going to have a good time. So here's my advice to you if you're looking into getting into paintball. And the first thing I'm going to tell you to do before you make a purchase, before you do anything, before you even spend a dime, is to check out your local paintball scene. The first thing I tell you to do is go and check out your local paintball field, or fields if you're lucky enough to have multiple fields around you, and just kind of see what the scene is like around there. Go out there and ask questions, for the field owner. Do they have rental guns? Can you see one? What does the rental mast look like? What's a good day to come out? I know here in Florida, traditionally, more experienced players come out and play on Sunday, and some of the people that are just going out there to have a good time tend to come out on Saturday. So that's kind of how it works here in Florida. Maybe in your state or where your local scene is, it could be different. But definitely ask, what is a good day to come out and play? Ask about price. How much is paint? Am I allowed to bring my own case of paint here? Do I have to purchase paint there? The reason why this is a really important thing to ask is because I've heard at some fields, you may have only one field within 150 miles from you, and if all they will let you do is purchase paint there, and it costs $80 a case, and it's $30 for entry, you may want to reconsider getting into this sport because it's going to cost you a fortune, and you may not be playing very often. So definitely ask, how much is paint? Can I bring my own? Is there a charge to bring my own paint? How much is entry? And ask them also. I know most fields do a really good job of doing this. A safety class. Tell them, I've never played before. Is there a safety class that I could take? Is there a target range where when I rent my gun and I get my mask, I can go and kind of test my gun out and see how a paintball gun shoots? Is there any rules to protect new players? This is very important. How do they enforce them? Is there a surrender rule or 10-foot rule or something like that? Are there referees out there to protect the new players? That's definitely another thing. And something you want to do too is maybe watch a couple games from the sidelines. Most of them have protective nets so you can see what's going on. And take a look at the people that are playing at your local field. Are they having a good time? Are they smiling? Are they friendly? Or do they come off and they're screaming at each other and they're fighting? First time I went down and played at a field down in Miami, I think it was Rough and Tough, which God bless them, they closed down. The first time I think I went there, I saw 3 fights. I mean, if that was my first day playing paintball, I would have never come back. Check out the local scene. If you're going to get into this sport, you're going to be interacting with these people. So see in the local scene, are they having a good time? Are they pissed off at each other? They're throwing their markers down and stuff like that. So definitely check out your local field first. And then something else I would suggest to do, which is very, very important as well, is check out your local stores. I know I'm lucky enough, I'm over here in Tampa, Florida. There's one of the best paintball stores I've ever seen, Cone Sports. Gavin Anderson runs an amazing paintball store there. He's been there for years. When you go into the store, kind of take a look around and see what kind of guns do they stock. Do they fill nitrogen tanks? Do they fill CO2 tanks? How does the store look? Do they repair guns? That's very important. Can they order guns? Do they price match? I know, paintball is a very expensive sport, but you'd be surprised how many store owners will price match the Action Village and First Call Paintball. Some of the stores that get a lot of high volume. You can walk in there, hey, listen, I'm considering purchasing a gun. Will you price match the internet sites? 99% of them will say yes. And not only that, you're supporting your local store, which is really important. Something else I've seen when you go and purchase the gun from your local store, I know Cone Sports, they'll give you purchase the gun from them, they'll give you a lifetime warranty. You have a problem with it, bring it back, free labor. I fix guns for his customers all the time. And something else that they'll do too, which is really important, is they'll teach you about the gun. So when you purchase the gun from your local store, they'll take it out of the box, they'll show you how it works, how it operates, kind of give you a little bit of a head start so you're not trying to figure it out when you're at the field. And then probably one of the next things I would do after you kind of check out your local scene and everything's looking really good, you got a good store close by, a couple good fields to play at, is purchase a magazine. Go to, I believe Borders is probably one of my favorite stores to go and purchase magazines. They seem to have them all, from Baseball to Paintball 2 Extremes, you name it, they have it. But Paintball 2 Extremes, probably my absolute favorite magazine. I've even met some of the photographers, like Tim Larson. He's an amazing photographer. But this is pretty cool because they've got two parts to their magazine. They have one side, which is more for the tournament scene, professional paintball, and on the back side, they've got more for the recreational, the scenario, kind of more geared more towards the beginner paintball player. So definitely pick up a magazine, kind of thumb through it, and see what's going on in the paintball world. See some of the new stuff that's coming out, the new markers, the new masks, and stuff like that. So that kind of help you kind of get into it. Now, after you check out your field, and your field looks great, you got a local store, and they're really nice people, you kind of check out the magazine, so this is something I really want to get into. The number one, first thing I would suggest to purchase, without a doubt, if you're going to go and make the purchase, make a leap into this sport, definitely a mask. Okay, this was my first purchase. I had someone recommend to me, go buy a mask first. And I did, and I was really happy. So the first thing you should purchase is a good paintball mask. Probably my absolute favorite. I've said it a million times. V-Force Profiler. It's got great protection. It's got forehead protection. It's got ear protection. This is an amazing mask for the price. Definitely get yourself a mask. Now, I'll run through a couple of things after you get your mask that you may want to look into getting. Good loader. Okay, now if you're on a budget, which most people are when they first get into the sport, you don't want to spend a lot of money, which is good. A good loader to start off with, the V-Loader I-Force. Awesome loader. I reviewed it on one of my other shows. Or the Torque. I believe the Torque's right now for $70. Really good loader for the price also. And look into picking up a nitrogen tank. Now I know the CO2 is definitely going to be the cheaper way to go. Invest in a nitrogen tank. Okay, I believe you can get a PMI Pure Energy 72-3000 for like $70. Here's what's really cool about nitrogen over CO2. CO2, you have no idea when you're going to run out of air. You don't know if your tank got a half fill or a full fill or whatever. CO2 is a disaster, and I started off on CO2, and I wish it would start off on nitrogen. Okay, the nitrogen systems actually have a gauge on there, so you can actually see how many shots you have left in your tank. You can watch the tank go down in air pressure, so you never have to worry about being out in the middle of a game, having a great time, and all of a sudden your gun runs out of air. That sucks. So definitely look into, and I know it's a big investment, definitely look into getting yourself a nitrogen tank to start with. It just is going to be, it's just such a lifesaver. I can't even get into it. Just go get a nitrogen tank. PMI Pure Energy, the 72-3000, I believe you pick it up from your local store for like $70. Just go get one. Okay. Now you want to pick up a gun. I'm going to give you my recommendations for guns, from $100 up to about $400. Okay, these are guns that I've personally used, that I've tested out. The companies back the products. They're great products out of the box. So I'm going to give you my favorite guns. Okay, $100. Definitely the Ben Titman, the BT4. That's a cool little gun for $100. It's got a clamping feed neck, works really well. The Ben Titman, the BT4, great gun for $100. For $200. Probably have to say go with the Dye SLG. That's a great gun backed by a great company. Really, really, really good gun for $200. Okay, go to $300. Okay, now here's where you start getting some different choices. Dangerous Power Fusion, awesome gun for the price. The Empire Mini, looks like it's starting to come around. I owned one of the first couple minis that came out. I wasn't too impressed with them, but it looks like they finally got all the bugs out of that gun. That's a really good gun, the Empire Mini. And then the Proto Rail, an amazing gun for $300. So those are good guns for $300. $400, if you can find them, Bob Long Alias. You can go to boblongdirect.com, pick up an alias. I think he's selling them for $4 and change. Phenomenal marker for $400. $500, Protege Mark 6. After that, take your pick. But that's why I wanted to put a show out there for the brand new players that are just getting into paintball. There's one question I didn't answer. It's a common question. Does it hurt when you get shot with a paintball? Okay. Answer is kind of yes and no. It does sting a little bit. And the easiest way I can show you at home what it feels like to get shot with a paintball is take your two fingers and slap your forearm. Okay. That's about what it feels like when you get hit with a paintball.